from place to place.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Let me see here, getting set up a little bit here still.
You know the woman I was loving. Yes, the woman I was loving is loving someone else. Midnight walks down through the night by myself. I don't know wrong from right. All alone by myself. You know the woman I was loving is loving someone else.
All right, so just trying to go and trying to share the stream here on Twitter if it'll pull up. Is Twitter down? What's going on with Twitter? Oh, there it goes. Oh, excuse me. All right, so you guys could all see my screen and everything here. Good morning, guys. For everyone on YouTube that goes and watches on the replay, watching live, I am Cruz, Mr. El Capitan. I am the founder and head trader of NewAgeWallStreet.com. We primarily trade options. So we are option trading community. We do trade some small caps and cryptos from time to time. And I believe we do have the #1 options community on the planet Earth. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We have some kind of a crazy day here from Friday, right? So if we come and we zoom out here, all the selling that happened on Friday, and then we had the futures gap down. If you come and you take a look right here, so the futures gap down here in that at the open yesterday, they opened up at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and we were doing like our member meeting whenever it was dropping like this, and I was like, oh no, please do not keep on going down. Like you know, we don't give us a chance to get at this. But now we're putting in a pretty nice little base right here. So we'll go over that here in a second. Just give me a second here. What's it called? Oh, excuse me. All right. Never mind. I was looking at this other thing here. So, excuse me. So we're putting in the space right here in the futures. You can see where we're holding right here. This 400 is our big support as of right now here, guys. That is where all the put structure, the gamma is stacked up at. If we now we may break there just a little bit, and I'll get into that here in a second. But I put a poll on I put a poll on Twitter, and I asked if everyone is feeling more bullish or bearish today, and the consensus is that everyone is feeling more bearish, and I believe that's just from the move that we had. If I believe that's because we know what happened on Friday, right? So we are seeing all this like doom and gloom here that you see here on Friday, and you're like, oh well, that was so big, we have to continue going down, right? Not necessarily. I don't think that's necessarily the case. So with that being said, I wanted to show you here the results so far of the poll. Here it is. So the results of the poll here so far. So 73% are feeling bearish, bullish. It's only like 37 votes, but still as a percentage, that's what it is. Oops. That's what it is. So I don't necessarily believe so. So we're gonna come and look over here and look at our option chain. So this is our option chain for Wednesday, but our option chain for here today shows that so we have 400, there's 24,000 contracts that are stacked up at the 400. So this is going to act as support right here. And then we have at the top side here, we have 16,800 here at the 410. So in between here is a little bit heavy. We could even argue 408 right here is a little bit bigger. 405 will also be a little area, but this is kind of the range that we're going to be playing in as far as today. The implied move that we have for today is about 1.6%. So if we were to go from like exactly where we're at right now, right? Like right here, say up. (1.6%) is up here towards the 408. So it's 408 would be like if we open at where we're at right now. So with that being said here, I believe at the open we may get some one or two things. We're either going to chop, go sideways, kind of figure out, get our sea legs going here, or we're going to go ahead and dip and then try to run up. So if anything from the run up, what the bounce is going to be from short coverings from Friday. I think that'll kind of set it off, and then we'll get the FOMO chasers that are like, oh, it's a buy the dip opportunity and get in. Now, for the more macro type trade, I'm looking at here towards the 410 or the 4100 on the ES-SPX for us to be able to continue going further down. So this would be like the reload of the short. All right. Also, I wanted to show you that. So this is the option chain for today. This is the premium that's expiring today. And then this is the one for Wednesday. And so with us being at the end of the week, I believe that, or not the end of the week, excuse me, the end of the month, we do have portfolio remanagement that happens for margin requirements and stuff like that. So we could definitely see some very nice big swings here today, some really good volatility. And going into September OPEC, so September expiration this month, September monthly expiration, I should say, is also the quarterly expiration. So um we may see some volatility going up until that I think it's September 16th or so. So in like 2 weeks. So everyone kind of get locked in, and it's going to be kind of bumpy up until that point, I believe. So the people that are already hedged in on their puts and things like that are not gonna. The big players are gonna either allow those to go ahead and get assigned, or let them expire, what have you, on the big side. So right here, this is the option chain for Wednesday. So this is the 400, 22,200 right there. And then 398, you can see there's 23,000 right here too. So if we do wind up breaking right here, the 400, we could get to 398 and then push up. So if we break 400, please, you could take a quick scalp off the 400, but please do not get overzealous and think that we're going all the way to 350 today. Our next stop to look at is going to be 398. Okay. So that's something that you may want to be aware of. And that could also happen tomorrow with the premium that expires today. And then again, to the upside here, we have a little bit of a bump here at 408, and then 410 is the big one. All right. Everyone got that? For those of you guys that, if you're not a member of the New Age Wall Street chat, if you could go share the stream, just a very small price of admission to come and trade with us here today. Like the stream, get some more people to come and learn how to actually trade and not say, oh, this is a double tweezer bottom, we're going to go ahead and go long here, or look at this triangle breakout or 13 EMA, and we're going to take Tesla for 10 cents. No, we don't play that over here. We are actively trying to make 100% on our premium every trade. It does not always happen that way, but that is the goal. All right. So as far as tickers today, what I'm looking at is, so we talked about Apple yesterday. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So Apple, if it loses this area where we're at, yeah, so 160 is where the target is on this one. We could come more like this. No, it's not going to do it. Right here. So down to 160, you can see this volume gets a little bit bigger right there in that area. So 160 is the target to the downside on Apple, and then Tesla as well. Tesla usually, so at the end of the month, it gets really volatile because of it's one of the ones that is heavily shorted. So after this, if it doesn't hold 278 or so, then it has this little volume gap here to 276.50, and then it could potentially get down here to 271. Okay. Nice breakdown, like the way that I said everything. Thank you, dude. This dang bot over here, bro. Oh, so let's go over this here real quick as well, is on the VIX. So the VIX here today is gapped up here at the 27. Once we start breaking like above 28 is really bearish here, guys. Lots of volatility. This 27 is still pretty bearish, but above 28 is like when your spidey senses should start going off, like the volatility is getting a lot higher, things are probably gonna start going up. But yeah, I really hope we don't so actually this is actually set up here pretty nicely. So the way that we're kind of talking about, so if we get a little bit of a pop up here today on the VIX and then come for this gap fill, which would give us the push up right here on the market, that would actually be preferable what we're looking at. And then on the Qs, the Qs are at 304 right now, And the support is going to be at 300. So down here at the 300 is where it's at, and then 310 is the resistance. I gotta figure out a better way to do that, dude. All right. So, and as far as other tickers here today on the smaller cap side, I didn't quite see anything. I know a lot of people are playing like this nerve, and then the other one was uh drug. So this drug right here, guys, I think it's breaking down. It's especially on like this bigger time frame. So I mean, it always has the potential where it could run, but this $3.53, I think we're gonna get a pop on this and it comes down if you're interested in this drug chart. And then if we're coming back over here and the scan, so we have the nerve AFRM. If you guys have tickers you want me to look at, put them in the chat. By next week, or dude, today or tomorrow would be really cool. I'm feeling really good today, guys. I hope you guys are feeling really good. Especially with the volatility we had Friday. I really want to come in and I trying to contain it. I don't want to get come in. I want to smash it and not get smashed, if you know what I mean. So, but I'm really pumped for today. Really re-energized. I want to hit some trades here, finish out the month strong. Let me see here, guys. I'm gonna log into my DAS here real quick. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna scan through here. Let's try to see if we find anything else. Neo, Unity. Mm. We talked about Unity last night in the member meeting here, guys. So this is a failed breakout. Any type of pop up on this, I would be looking to get short. The target would be towards the 40s on this. So down right here. And oh, dude, Nvidia's at 159, bro. That's crazy. Off of 180 the other day. FUTU, all these are kind of not. Oh, look at that, dude. But then I don't think it shows the, oh, it does. Oh man. Seth put in the work last night to help me out with that, and he's the one that figured it out. So I gotta say, shout out Seth helping me out with that last night. All right, so just wanted to see if we can get these charts looking a little bit better here, guys. And I know it was an easy thing. I think you guys saw me like yesterday on I remember because I had the problem in the past, and I remember it was just selecting something. That's why I was looking at uh my thing right here. So anyways, I think we're good to go. Let me just double check here some more tickers. We're almost set. We'll check the active NYSE, pin duo, BL6, AMC, Visa. Yeah. All right. Good to go. You guys ready? I almost forgot to unpause the stream. Trade the waves. What's up? Oh, dude, what's up, Freddie? What's up, brother? All right, bro. Damn, we got like 7 minutes to the bell. Does anyone have any good stories? What did you guys do this weekend? Anyone do anything exciting? Ready to be patient? Yep. That's what's going to be hard, dude, is if the market shoots right up right at the open and we don't really get like a chance at it. That's going to suck. So that'll be like 2 days in a row that kind of happens. Oh, dude, I got a question for you guys. All right. So like our question for the morning is going to be, um, what is your favorite quote? Like quote that you've ever heard that you may have changed your life or you kind of tried to live by. Um, I actually just reposted mine on Twitter the other day. Mine is he who makes a beast of himself rids himself the pain of being a man. And it's by Samuel Jackson in a book he wrote a long time ago. And I think in my eyes, it means that if you put in the work, then you don't have to suffer whenever you actually have to use it. Whenever you have to use whatever you're working for or what have you. So putting in the work, putting in the effort, putting in the sacrifice for things. Sorry, guys. I need to keep some water here at the desk. Putting in the work, sacrifice, making a beast of yourself. Um, gets rid of all the pain if you are not prepared in the future. How's QCOM swing? I let it go, dude. Or no, I have it right here. It was the other one I let go. So the QCOM one is not looking good, dude. It's gonna go ahead and expire. probably. So it's probably going to expire worthless. So that's going to be a 5K little hit. Was riding the, oh, Pedro rode the bike this weekend. Nice, dude. I'm actually thinking, I think I'm gonna actually start building a motorcycle. So I want to build a motorcycle from scratch. Like I'll order the frame and all that, and then that'll be kind of like my project. And I think that'll scratch my little itch for that. So I'm looking to actually start doing that soon because I say that every winter. Um and this was more like a New Mexico thing, so then I could ride in the summer, but riding season I think is more in the fall and winter here in Texas since it's too hot in the summer. Roll call real quick, everyone. Good morning. A Jamal, AR, Hanster, what's up? Good morning, guys. HBT, good morning. J Rob, what's up? Matt Urbanzo, what's up? Good morning. Pedro, what's up, dude? Richard, Seth, good morning, guys. I took care of an alcoholic detox over the weekend and some other patients like car accidents. It was very rewarding, if that makes sense. Yes, I do. I've been there before, bro. That's very good, dude. No one has any quotes that they want to put out there that they got that you guys like or anything? There's also a Bible verse that I really like. It's by the grace of man, God made me who I by the grace of or by the grace of God, I am who I am, and God has made me in his something like that. And then um and his grace was not bestowed me in vain. That's one of my favorites too. Obviously, I don't know it word for word, but hope for the best, expect the worst. There you go. Oh, look, we got Freddie back in here, bro. Nice. Nice. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay. I have the YouTube up here now for you guys so I could pay attention. Sorry. We got about 1:30 the bell here, guys. Game face on. Make sure that you're not bag holding, using your stop losses. You are using your stop losses. And to have a good trading session. All right. Finish out this month strong. For those of you guys here on YouTube, I am doing a small account challenge started September 1st, starting from 1K. I will be posting updates on TikTok and shorts, and then I'll be posting the shorts like on Twitter. I need my rocket bunny over here. No, dude, you could type please type in YouTube, bro. That the more engagement I get in YouTube, the more it shows it to more people. So I appreciate it. I just had a different screen up over here. Alberto's favorite quote is YOLO. That's funny. Here we go. Here's our dip we want.
AAPL 155 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 600 NVDA 225 calls. January 20th, 2023. 412 contracts. AAPL. 155 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 4,000 oust. 5 calls. February 17th, 2023. 500 contracts. ET. 12 calls. October 21st, 2022. 519 contracts. NVDA. 200 calls. January 20th.
I really hope this isn't the low update.
1,500 AMD. 80 puts. March 17th, 2023. 590 contracts.
If you guys see a setup, say something, call it out. Let's work as a team together.
2022. 1,010 contracts. Oxy. 70.
Apple showing some strength here, pushing up.
September 23rd, 2022. 500 contracts. Spike. 398 puts. September 7th, 2022. 500 TSLA. 236 puts. November 18th, 2022. 200 and F16 calls. September 9th, 2022. 1,910 contracts. XOM. 97 calls. September 23rd, 2022. 500 contracts. AAPL. 155 puts. September 23rd, 2022. AAPL. 155 puts. September 23rd, 2022. 7 NVDA. 155 puts.
My Rocket Bunny's not working.
2022. 300 and 30 puts. December 16th, 2022. 1,000 contracts. BBBY. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022.
All right, so here comes the VIX trying to break the lows right here.
September 23rd, 2022.
So this is where,
Contracts.
so we break this like 2685, we get into this gap area right here.
September 2nd, 2022. 900 XOM. 106 calls. September 16th, 2022. 504 QFIN. 17 calls. September 16th, 2022. 550 AAPL. 160 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 700 ET. 10 puts. January 20th, 2023. 1,000 contracts. Meta. 162 calls.
So NASDAQ, the Qs, excuse me, that are really strong here above 306 now, guys. Opened up and dipped to 304. And there's no setup for me as of yet. We may be able to get a quick scalp crossover right here off the R1.
September 2nd, 2022. 506 NUGT. 28 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 729.
So 402.
September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. TSLA. 290 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 407 now. 47 calls. November 18th, 2022.
Oh, I'm forgot to show you. So I'm not in any trades yet, but I could show you guys P&L right here.
September 16th, 2022.
So these other ones are swings right here, guys. But this is my open position right here on the crossover on this SPX right here so far.
430 calls. October 21st, 2022. 3007 TLRY. 4 calls. September 30th, 2022. 880 contracts.
Tesla is making a freaking crazy move. Dude, if we get 408 off of my entry right here, bro, I don't, it's hard to believe that. Is Tesla firing purple candles? Yes.
90 calls.
On the, this is a 5-minute chart, I believe, on Tesla that I'm looking at.
4 calls. October 21st, 2022. 1000.
Okay, so the main pivot point that we are looking at is 4060 on the SPX and ES. So that will be, I believe that's going to be like 405 on the SPY.
2022. 500 FUTU. 55
These
calls.
levels? What are these levels?
September 16, 2022. 500 contracts. BABA. 100 calls.
I can't see.
September 16, 2022. 300 contracts.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
XOM. 97 calls. September 23rd, 2022. 500 Uber. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 900 contracts. AEM. 45 calls. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts.
Yeah, PDC would be sick if we could get there to the upside, but
September 16th, 2022. AAPL. 162 puts. September 23rd,
let's see.
2022. 800 Uber. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 682 contracts. TSLA. 290 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 CCJ. 31 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 707.
So what you're saying, HPT, is you think that this is going to go like sideways off a little right here for a little bit between the R1 and the R2 and then curl up. So compression off of these levels and then push.
September 2nd, 2022. 400 CCJ. 31 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1019 contracts.
Where's my,
TSLA. 283 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 400 TSLA. 290 calls. September 2nd, 2022.
chop, yeah.
280 UAL. 36 calls. September 2nd.
Tesla's pushing strong here, guys.
1,147 contracts. XOM.
Oh my goodness.
101 calls. September 2nd.
Did you take that Tesla there,
2022.
J-Rob? Is that why you're asking?
Contracts.
J-Rob's over here laughing at the bank.
78 calls. September 16th.
I haven't even seen how much these how these Tesla contracts are priced now. That
122 puts.
that
September
287.
2022. 700 contracts.
Oh, not bad, dude. Not bad. 6-7 bucks at the beginning of the week.
Riot. 8 calls. September 2nd.
We need some volume to go ahead and come in and help us support this move here. There we go.
GME. 34 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 770. Spike. 405 calls. August 29, 2022.
Nice, dude. All right, cool.
762 contracts.
Oops.
Dow. 30 puts. January 20th, 2023. 500 contracts.
U-shape. What do you mean?
AAPL.
Like this?
165 calls. September 16th, 2022. 500. BABA. 115 calls. November 18th.
I'm gonna go ahead and
2022.
take some off of right here on this SPX here, guys. Because I don't like the way that it's rejecting. If it shows compression, I could get another strike and then add back to it. So but better just to go ahead and pay yourself.
BABA. 115 calls. November 18th, 2022. 300 contracts. Spike. 405 calls.
Yeah, dude, these wicks right here, it's getting smacked. So
2022.
go ahead and take a little bit off. This is our rule right here, right? This is the rules that I tell you guys I'm abiding by as well, as taking profit at the next point of liquidity. You know, on the move, right? And I was a little bit slow. It got smacked down first. Would have been like a way bigger win if I got it up here. I was a little slow on it, but and if it comes right here and starts breaking,
2022.
then we'll go ahead and take that out, and then these should kind of even the lot, if it is a little bit of a loss, it'll kind of be just a scratch break even little trade. Did I hear a dead cat in the background?
September 2nd, 2022.
And that's what it is, dude. That's what we're talking about, is that this is probably mostly short coverings, right? So this little bounce right here, and like we said, if we get to 405 for the continuation of the downside, I would love to get on the more macro trend to the downside, even 410. So
21st, 2022. 500.
but we did need the little bounce here with after, I think it was like 4.5% that we moved down on Friday. So
157 puts. September.
nice, Alberto, close up shop.
900 140 calls. October 21st, 2022. 500 contracts.
Oh, shoot.
162 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 294 contracts.
There we go. Stopped out the rest here, guys. So I may hit the VWAP and then push up. I'll re-enter. So you see how it took out 150 out of that 300? See that? Fuck, dude.
F15 puts. October 21st, 2022.
Apple's setting up a pretty nice little flag right here. We have top of the hour in 15
August
minutes.
29, 2022. 500 and Sophie. 7 calls. April 21st, 2023. 686 contracts.
Oh, bro, they'll turn on the jets right here. You want to see
BMY.
Ocho Cinco take off right here?
September 16, 2022. 848 contracts.
The gap is to 4060, so I don't really, dude, I wish I could see where 4060 is on the SPY. I think it's 405. I think it's PDC right here.
404 calls. August 29.
So like to show you what I'm looking at right here. So this is the target to the upside if we're continuing to move up. I'm gonna go ahead and edge back in here. I believe, dude, I want to, but then I don't want to take the trade up here and you have a horrible average.
January 20th, 2023. 1106 GSAT. 2 calls. January 20th, 2023. 1027 AMZN.
Where's the VIX right now? 2085. It's right at the breakdown area. So
2000 spike. 400 puts. August 29, 2022.
that was a good call out, HBT. Thank you for reminding me to look at that.
132 puts.
And I am gonna do it here, guys. So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get so those are, and then I'll get 40/50s as well and kind of mitigate this risk a little bit.
Contracts.
40/50.
BA 155 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 300 contracts.
Oh shoot.
12 puts.
I bought as soon as it was going down, dude.
2022.
Mother.
1,450 contracts. SLB. 39 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 502 contracts.
Dude, I was over here looking at my other monitor and I didn't see that it broke. Mother, dude. What a dumb mistake. Right, it's in a, I like try to hold the button before I let it back up on it so it didn't like execute it, and it did.
TQQQ. 30 calls. September 9, 2022. 999 SMR. 15 calls. October 21st, 2022.
So Apple and Tesla are at the VWAP here, points of liquidity. See if we also the Qs are as well. So see if we get some bounce right there. I should actually be adding here probably in this area. So since it's lower, if it's going to go up.
August 29, 2022. 1000 AMZN. 140 calls. September 16, 2022. 459 contracts.
All right, now I could do it.
CLF 20 calls.
That was a close one, guys.
September 16, 2022. 500 contracts. AMZN. 140 calls. September 16, 2022. 200 and CHPT. 16 calls. September 9, 2022. 875 PAD. 20 calls. February 17, 2023. 510 contracts. QQQ. 307 calls. August 29, 2022. 7. QQQ. 318 calls. September 21st, 2022. 5. U. 9 calls. September 16, 2022. 928 contracts.
All right, so top of the hour here in 9 minutes.
September 2nd, 2022. 1,230 RCAT. 2 puts. October 21st, 2022. 500 contracts.
We are showing compression on the 1 minute.
TSLA. 275 puts. September
Yeah.
2nd, 2022. 300 C49 calls. September 16, 2022. 750 contracts. TSLA. 295 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1000 AMZN. 125 puts. September 16, 2022. 200 AMZN. 140 calls. September 16, 2022. 500 MRO. 26 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 548 TSLA. 300 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 279 C50 calls. September 16.
I'm not liking this volume right here, guys. This is
787 contracts. Sophie. 6 calls. September 9, 2022. 1,100 contracts. CCJ. 45
yeah.
calls.
So
January 20th, 2023. 500 contracts. XOM. 102 calls. September 2nd, 2022.
Tesla took a U-turn here, is back down at where it opened today.
2022. 300 XOM. 101 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 609 spike. 406 calls. August 29, 2022. 600.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if at the top of the hour we get that volatility hit to and that'll kind of give me my if I'm gonna stay in or not. So because I definitely don't want to just sit here and get chopped up all day.
107 calls. September 9, 2022.
Here comes Apple pushing up. Also, the VIX is at the low of day right now.
2022. 510 contracts.
VIX broke low of day.
5 puts. October 21st, 2022. 690 contracts.
So this is what we're looking at right here. Bam.
AAPL. 165 calls. September 9, 2022. 800 PBR. 15 calls. September 30th, 2022. 500 contracts. AAPL. 190 calls. June 21st, 2024. 700 IWM. 192 calls. September 2nd.
VIX is dropping pretty hard here, guys.
500 NEM. 55 calls. June 16, 2023. 841 contracts. JPM. 115 calls. September 16, 2022. 944 contracts.
There we go. Good girl. Yeah, so even on this, right, on the breakup right here, I would love to see more volume. So I would love to see more participation here. Doesn't really leave a lot to be um but the thing is we get here 404, there's stops that we're probably running on the from the shorts. There we go. And then this is what we talked about in pre-market right here. Very nice. But again, there's
405 calls.
doesn't mean anything if we don't get some
2020
volume in here.
520 LQDA 17 calls. January 20th.
Unless the algos get a hold of it and start pushing it.
500 contracts. All 8 calls. September 30th, 2022. 500 contracts. Riot 10 calls. October 21st, 2022. 500 contracts. Tell 4 calls. October 21st, 2022. 900 contracts. AEM 50 calls. October 21st, 2022. 536 Riot 10 calls. October 21st, 2022. 1000 contracts. Mu 59 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 675 contracts.
You worry about your cute little cues over there.
Baba 150 calls. January 20th, 2023. 803 Riot 10 calls. October 21st, 2022. 1000 contracts. AAPL 170 calls. December 16th, 2022. 3259 contracts. QQQ 305 puts. August 29, 2022. 504 contracts.
Okay.
Baba 105 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 250 contracts. Spike 404 calls. August 31st, 2022. 909 PDD 78 calls. September 16th, 2022. 1300 contracts.
Oh, just the levels that I had. So I calculate RR based off of the levels that we have, dude, off the levels, like if that makes sense. So the RR is like and then uh RR based off of like the risk that I'm actually putting on here. So but they're off the levels on the chart, not necessarily just like I made this much money, you know what I mean?
75 calls. September 23rd, 2022. 500 contracts.
So now we're showing compression right here on this 5 minute.
January 20th, 2023. 102 puts. September 30th, 2022. 500 contracts. SPXS. 21 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 750 HST. 19 calls. September 16th, 2022. 4,700 SLV. 19 calls. September 15th.
A new low off of this right here.
983 Mara. 11 puts. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts. SPY. 400 puts. August 29, 2022. 1,000 contracts. SPY. 404 calls. August 31st, 2022. 1,000 contracts. Baba. 110 calls. September 9th.
So VIX is going to test this breakdown area right here, I believe. And then we'll see if we get more of a decision there.
QQQ. 300
Qs are at the R2
August 31st, 2022. 1,000 contracts.
as support. I should add, not necessarily, not at resistance.
QQQ. 306 calls. August 31st, 2022. 675 contracts. AMC. 13 calls. September 16th, 2022. 1,000 contracts.
Exactly there, Freddie. So Freddie said the thing that sucks is we're so close to 400 whole number. Also, that's the huge gamma area on the SPY. I mean, I guess there's too much room to the downside before we start hitting demand. And that's absolutely it, dude, is that I think people are trying to front run hitting the 400 a little bit and keeping it above there. That's kind of the bid that we have right here in this area. So because I mean, you don't want to do that work when it's at actually 400. You start kind of protecting before it gets there. So I think that's what it is. But I mean, it doesn't, just because the 400 is right there doesn't necessarily mean that we can't break it and go further down. And that's like something that we explained too, is that I wanted a bigger dip at the open to go like 398 and then move up. So
30 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1,396 contracts. TQQQ. 30 calls. September 2nd.
yeah, 398 would have been absolutely awesome. And it may still get there. Like it just may be more of a macro couple day type thing.
ET 12 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 1,200 contracts.
If you wanted to try the crossover right here on the pivot and this 402 like 80 area to the downside. Oh, never mind. So no, it's still kind of fluttering around here, but if you're bearish, so you have the VWAP and the R1 right here to be able to get in, and then you'd be risking off of this previous candle 403.05. So you'd be risking like 20 cents. And then your first target would be down here at the actual pivot. Apple and Tesla are moving up again here, guys.
QQQ. 307 calls. August 29.
Nvidia's relative weakness.
900 tall. 6 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 962 contracts. GS. 300 puts. January 20th, 2023. 550 contracts.
Okay, so here's our purple coming in. Just trying to. Yeah, if the only thing I kind of beating myself up on is like on the crossover, just a quick line to line trade. I should have just got in, out, little scalp. But I am trying to play for the bigger move here.
12 calls. September 9, 2022. 500 contracts. AMZN. 136 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 200 pop. 15 calls.
On this day in 1997, Netflix was founded.
500 contracts. Plug. 29 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. AAL. 13 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 700 contracts. Zond. 2 calls. October.
I wish there was a way to make like your internet browser, or someone would make an internet browser the way that everything looked like in the 2000s.
September 16th.
Just feel real nostalgic, you know what I mean?
Contracts.
If Apple and Tesla get going, dude. And so the way that I'm reading on this VIX, this is pretty much what we were saying here a little while ago, is that so we got this dip, it came back and retested the breakdown zone right here, right? Because the 260 2680. Now let's see if we could break here down on the VIX a little bit lower.
September 16, 2022. 1000 AAPL. 160 puts. September 16, 2022. 1000 SLB. 38 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
I love getting the DVDs in the mail, bro. Yeah, man. And then you, I would always keep them. And then you get the big old bill, and my mom would get so upset, dude.
AAPL. 160 puts.
Or we would
September
scratch them all to heck, and then we would be in big trouble then too.
contracts.
All right, so if we don't get some volume confirmation this time here, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out.
Baba. 102 calls. September
And then
2nd,
follow the other
2022.
scenarios is we hit right here, come back a couple more times,
TSLA. 2 calls. January
keep them.
20th, 2023. 1000 contracts.
I mean, this is our setup right here. We have our compression. Our trigger line is above here. We're getting our purple candles. Our VIX is looking pretty weak. And then the Qs are trying to bounce off of this R1, excuse me, R2, and then above the VWAP. So if the Qs could get going, everything would be nice. Look at energy over here,
SLB.
bro.
17 calls. October 7th, 2022. 1000 contracts.
No, I lied.
SLB. 17 calls. October 7th, 2022. 1000 contracts.
I gotta go buy myself a selfie stick today.
AAPL. 175 calls. October 7th, 2022. 600 contracts. INFY.
I feel like I talk more naturally to the camera, like when I'm doing something else, like so like if I'm walking or whatever, just having a camera on me and sitting, I feel like I'm yelling at the camera, and I feel like and these are obviously, this is all just discretion, so I'll have to A/B test it whenever I actually do it. But I feel like whenever someone is like talking to you casually through a video, it warrants a better response than you like shouting at them, and it's almost like sales, like you know what I mean, instead of talking like a friend. So my idea is that the videos that I do for my TikTok and shorts and stuff, I'll do them while I'm doing cardio, so then I'm kind of doing two birds with one stone type of deal. So as I'm walking, I'll just go ahead and I have my topics all in my notes app, and then I'll just talk about it and explain it, and then I could chop it up and stuff. It feels a lot less pressured, if that makes sense.
AMD.
Cool, thank you, dude.
91 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. NVDA. 155 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 200 and IWM. 175 puts. March 17th, 2023. 6th NCR. 29 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. CCJ. 30 calls. September 16, 2022. 501 contracts.
There we go. Yeah, so I would, again, we need more volume above the 404 area in order to be more confident, but Apple is starting to break out of its compression and Tesla's making its way to highs as well. And the VIX is getting down to the lows. So need to get my dancing chopels on, see if we could get this move here. And the keys are having a hard time with 307s again. Piece of crap.
405 calls. August 29, 2022. 1000 and spike. 405 calls. August 29.
There we go. I like that guy right there. This guy could come play with us. He could sit with us.
29 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. MBDA. 180 calls. September 16, 2022. 264 contracts.
All right, so about to break lows here on the VIX.
AMZN. 130 puts. October 21st, 2022. 200 FISV. 98 puts. September 16th.
Just by show of votes, if we do run up, how high do you think that we get here today, guys?
62 calls.
Apple just broke its high.
September 16th, 2022. 1000 contracts. AMD. 110 calls. October 21st, 2022. 500 spike. 400 puts. August 31st, 2022.
408, bro.
408.
Come on, let's go.
That would be nice, dude. That would be like everyone. I think everyone would be pretty shocked if that's what happened.
2,125 tall. 8 calls. September 16, 2022. 10,000 contracts. Tall. 7 calls. September 16, 2022. 3,001 contracts. Oxy. 95 calls. June 16, 2023. 1,800 contracts. CHPT. 16 calls. September 9, 2022. 1,001 EDU. 31 calls. September 16, 2022. 1,723 contracts.
Bro, this is a long-term investment. I should have put this in my 401k for me, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. So Tesla's point of control is at 287.32, and Tesla's and Apple are the ones kind of leading us right now. And that's just right above where we're at. So it's kind of like the high of where it pushed at the open. Keep that in mind. So then PDC and then Apple right here. Excuse me. No style. So yeah, 163.21 on Apple. Did you watch that video last night, Seth?
Run. 30 puts. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts. BBBY. 12 calls. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts. QQQ. 330 calls. September 23rd.
Here comes some Q's bullish flow here, guys.
BTNR. 10 calls. October 21st, 2022. 580 contracts. Rev 14 calls. September 16th, 2022. 850
Oh, okay, no worries.
contracts. BMY. 65 puts. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts. QQQ. 300 puts. August 31st, 2022. 500 contracts. PDD. 78 calls. September 16th, 2022. 1,300 contracts.
I was just gonna say a retest of this R2 wouldn't be the end of the world. I wouldn't. Let's see if we could pick up some more of our bull friends here.
2022. 1,200 contracts. CBX 175 calls. September 16th, 2022. 551 contracts.
I know that for you guys that are here on YouTube, I know that this is not the most entertaining thing in the world, bro. I know that, but this is honestly how real trading should be. Is like there should not be someone on your screen yelling at you that, and or it's not like an auction or, um, what was the other thing that I said? Yeah, just like an auction or like a. It should not, when you're watching someone, it should not feel like that, like someone's yelling at you. And I will very calmly explain what is going on for you guys. And I know that it's not the most entertaining thing, but I guarantee I'll keep you more profitable.
CCL 10 puts. January 19, 2024. 9,990 tall. 7 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 683 contracts. BNO. 45 calls. April 21st, 2023. 672 contracts. Keys. 120 puts. September 16, 2022. 550 SPDN. 15 calls. October 21st, 2022. 500 contracts. Baba. 93 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 261 contracts.
Are you short off the 307, Rich? Please tell me you're short off the 307. No? Dang, dude.
NCR. 29 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 1,000 contracts. BBBY. 11 calls. January 20th, 2023. 2,000 contracts.
All right, so half hour, 1 hour into the session here, guys.
CBX 167 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. NBDA. 150 puts. September 16, 2022. 253 contracts. GOTU. 2 calls. September 16, 2022. 510 contracts. QQQ. 317 calls. September 16, 2022. 1,157 contracts.
So you guys see on the call side here that, so we jumped from 804 open interest right here at the 403 to 1100. It's kind of a decent jump, and then 2600 here at the 405. So this is what we're having trouble with right now. But if we break above, just kind of gets pretty thick up in here. The next one is like 406. So, oh, dude, I was not even looking at the thing. Did the gap fill? Yeah, on the well, on the VIX, almost.
TSLA 283 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 300 contracts.
Now Apple's going down pretty hard here, guys. I might have to get out right here. The VIX is popping up pretty strong too. Damn, that's fuck, dude.
Spike 402 puts. August 29th, 2022. 550 NCLH 13 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 931 NVDA 150 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize that we had this gap right here. And that's where we're having trouble with.
XLI
Oh, that
94
sucks.
puts. October 21st, 2022. 1,500 contracts. MSFT 270 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 550 contracts. Spike 403 puts. August 29th, 2022. 573 contracts.
Yep.
AMD 90 puts. September 30th, 2022. 500 contracts. NVDA 160 puts. September 30th, 2022. 250 contracts. AMZN 124 puts. September 23rd, 2022. 3 AMZN. 121 puts. September 23rd, 2022. 200 BABA. 110 calls. September 16th, 2022. 300 contracts. AAPL. 157 calls. September 9th, 2022. 5 AMZN. 125 puts. September 23rd, 2022. 305 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
I really gave this thing every single chance that it could, dude. So
NVDA. 150 puts. September 2nd.
wait, what did that say? Drug smugglers hit 106 million of crystal meth and cocaine in a sleek, what? Oh, a car.
Spike. 399 puts. August 31st, 2022. 999 contracts.
We're pretty much back at the demand levels of like the Tesla and Apple here. And that's why I'm still holding here at this area here, because on the bigger picture, we haven't really begun breaking this little structure right here. This candle is absolutely horrendous though. But if bulls start to come in right here at the 402, the pivot area, then we could potentially see that move here. But like I said, being patient and playing for these bigger moves has been the cues are over here breaking. So 3. Support for the cues is right here at 304.
QQQ. 305 calls. August 29th, 2022. 1000 Googsel. 105 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 289 contracts. VA. 215 calls. March 17th, 2023. 320 NIO. 27 calls. December 16th, 2022. 1000 contracts.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the thing is that you're also able to buy a whole lot more SQQQ2 because of the lower price. So if it was like as a percentage, I think that's what you're saying, is that the volume difference between the SQQQ and the SPY.
XLE. 81 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. SOXL. 15 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. PSNY. 8 calls. September 16th, 2022. 500 contracts. AAPL. 150 puts. October 21st, 2022. 775 contracts. TSLA. 278 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 467 contracts. GLW. 34 puts. September 9th, 2022. 2,100. TSLA. 270 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 1,001. SC 60 puts. September 16th, 2022. 2,000 contracts. Mara. 12 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 775 contracts. UPS. 210 calls. October 21st, 2022. 5. JWN. 19 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1,200 and SPY. 395 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 800 contracts. SPY. 388 puts. September 12, 2022. 550 contracts.
Man, oh man.
Baba. 93 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 995 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. PBR. 15 calls. September 30th, 2022. 500 contracts. TSLA. 283 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 300 AAPL. 160 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 1006 ET. 12 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 1,200 contracts. Taba. 10 calls. September 23rd, 2022. 500 contracts. Clark. 15 puts. September 16th, 2022. 1,920. CCJ. 31 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 794. ADSK. 270 calls. January 20th, 2023. 500 contracts. AMCN. 150 calls. November 18th, 2022. 340 contracts. CCJ. 31 calls. September 16th.
That's gonna be it for me here today, guys.
TSLA. 266 calls. March 17th, 2023. 400 and UGT. 35 calls. December 16th, 2022. 711 NVDA. 160 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 404 PDD. 81 calls. September 16th, 2022.
Well, I mean, like for this trade, dude. So down a cool 7,400.
August 31st, 2022. 520 CMRX.
That's okay though.
September 16th.
I just need one more good trade and I'll make 20.
500 contracts. NIO. 20 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 549 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is if we get back to what you mean demand, right?
September 2nd, 2022.
So
408 XBI. 80 puts.
we'll see if we get into these areas and then want to bounce again, or if it's just gonna want to go all the way back down to 400. I bet you, you know what's gonna be crazy, dude, is if we come like this. Oh, look, it's perfect. 1.6 from the top to the bottom right here at 398. Oh man.
DVN. 72 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the crossover to the downside right here now. Hopefully it doesn't pop up and start chopping me up again. Let's do, so we're at 40, 20. The stop will be for 401.75. Right above 401.75, so 401.76. Oh, that was one we talked about yesterday in the member meeting, dude, and I didn't even bring it up today. Did it break that support, the 83 or 73 or 80, excuse me, 73 or 74? Oh, it went up. Oh yeah, energy strong today. Yeah.
ARKK. 43 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 606 AMZN. 125 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 265 contracts.
I have a really big just contrarian bias right now where I want to move up. Well, usually I'm like all for the breakdown, right? Like, but on the weakness of Friday, it's hard to buy that weakness, dude.
December 16th, 2022. 1,056 contracts. AMZN. 120 puts. October 21st, 2022. 250 contracts.
Top of the hour here, guys. At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern. Oh my God.
MRO. 33 calls. October 21st, 2022. 1,054 contracts.
That's another stop out. I have one more trade on me here, guys.
28 puts. September 16th, 2022. 1,600 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. AAPL. 160 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500. SPY. 403 calls. August 29th.
I took the, if you guys didn't notice, I took the same trades that I had earlier, just at a the lower support spot right here. I have on the SPX the 4020 as the support. And so we came up and rejected this 27 on the VIX where this spot was this morning too. So a big bounce and melt up would be pretty nice now that, see if we got some more people interested now that we came to these bottom areas. And then this is my last trade here on the YouTube here, guys. Let me know who's on here with me here, dude. Talk to me, say hi, call out some tickers, let me know.
XLE. 79 puts. September 30th, 2022. 1,200 BBBY. 12 calls. September 9th, 2022. 1,000
Cool, dude.
SOXL.
I appreciate you just letting the stream go in the background at the very least. Like it gives me watch hours.
SPY. 401 puts. August 29, 2022. 505 contracts.
Gets too quiet in the house. No worries, dude.
F13 puts.
Do you so you're there by yourself? You don't have like your kids or family?
3 contracts. QQQ. 302 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 CCJ. 31 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 616 Uber. 30 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 730 contracts.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Dude.
QQQ. 305 puts. August 29, 2022. 500 QQQ. 305 puts. August 29, 2022. 535 contracts.
So this is kind of my make or break here. It needs to hold this 40150-ish area. Are you freaking kidding, dude?
SOXL.
Yeah, 20,
15 calls.
22,000.
September 2nd, 2022.
How'd you make the line like that?
500
The yellow,
contracts.
yellow little box like that.
160 puts.
You just
September
use the
2nd,
paint
2022.
thing.
500 AMD. 104 calls. September 30th, 2022. 1,671 contracts. AFRM. 20 puts. October 21st, 2022. 1,220 contracts.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. Spike. 400 puts. August 31st, 2022. 1,500 tall. 8 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. PACB. 6 puts. October 21st, 2022. 500 contracts. Spike. 400 puts. August 31st, 2022. 1,004 contracts. AAPL. 160 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500. Spike. 400 puts. August 31st, 2022. 508 contracts. PG 140 puts. September 9, 2022. 1,000 contracts. CSCO. 47 calls. March 17, 2023. 5,000 contracts.
Can we set up the compression right here and then ramp? That would be pretty cool, dude. 395. I think we'll break 400 tomorrow. What do you think? We'll let all the 400 premium die off today
160 puts.
and then see if we do it tomorrow.
September 2nd, 2022. 1,006 FCX. 35 calls. September 30th, 2022. 1,000 contracts. Tall. 8 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 523 contracts. HYG. 71 puts. April 21st, 2023. 10,000.
How about right now? What do you mean, how about right now?
99 puts. August 31st, 2022.
Oh, how about right now that we go down to 395?
Contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. SCCO. 55 calls. October 21st, 2022. 7 NVDA. 160 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 251 contracts. AMD. 89 calls. September 16, 2022. 500 contracts. TWOU. 5 puts. January 20th, 2023. 2,000 contracts. NVDA. 160 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 300 SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
I think everyone wants that 400, dude, and it's
SOXL. 15 calls.
what if we don't touch 400?
September 2nd,
What if
2022.
what if we don't?
500 contracts. Spike. 400 puts. August 31st, 2022. 500 contracts.
She get one PP touch.
TSLA. 280 puts. September 16th, 2022.
I don't know. But this thing needs to hurry up. I need to go to the gym. It's Monday, so naturally I'm gonna do legs because I want to do chest. For the guys that are here on the YouTube, it says that there's 11 people watching. Is there people? Is it from here in the room or? I feel like I'm I feel like I'm on what is the webcam girl? I'm being voyeured or whatever. Don't even say hi or interact. It's just jerking off in the corner watching me.
AAPL. 160 puts. September.
I saw, dude. I saw your post on Instagram. So, but I mean, if so, which that's what I was kind of thinking to myself right now here, guys, is that if, yeah, this loss looks pretty it looks pretty bad, but I'm in pretty big size, right? 10 contracts of SPX, pretty bad, right? But so then if you divide them, right, by 10, it's $1,000 per contract. It's not really that bad, considering that the outcome of what the trade could have been, right? So I think I took like a 20% hit. So that's okay. And I'm trying to, and every time I lose money is like, okay, like where could I have done better? And the only thing I could have think of is like I gave it every, like, not necessarily bag holding, but we know that the 400 is down here, right? We know that there's bids down here, so they may work it down to catch other bids and then ramp it up, right? So I did want to give it the chance because I wanted the bigger move. I did want to give it the chance to be able to make that move up. And then like right here, the thing is when we broke below the pivot right here, that's when I pretty much capitulated, like, okay, I concede and go ahead and get out, right? But if we would have came and just held along right here where it did at first and then did the compression right here to ramp, I would have just added another strike. So like I would have done 40 30s too. So then once those get up here, I would have gone and took profit off those very quickly and then left the rest to keep on going. So it's so in my thinking, like I've been trying to tell you guys is I want to get the big moves, dude. I don't want the small little moves, and especially after the getting freaking yelled at yesterday, I want the big moves. So um so it's a different risk profile of having to deal with bigger losses, right? So 8,500 or whatever today, that's okay because I know that if it was a winning trade, it was 20,000. So, or even more.
QQQ. 304 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 500 TLRY. 4 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 999 contracts. TLRY. 4 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1,000 contracts.
Oh, I had a mentor meeting. He told me I was sandbagging. This is looking pretty good here, though, right here. It's just how far up is it going to go? New term for you. We called it, so it's a term like me and Rich, street racers use. So whenever you're, what is it, Rich? Like bracket, it's bracket racing. Whatever the hell it's called. Whenever you're racing like that, so you have like an index, like, so if you have different classes of cars that are racing, right, you have an index that you have to stay under a certain time, right, like in a quarter mile. So not this isn't like road racing. So in a quarter mile, like if it's say, I don't know, say like it's 12 seconds, right? So if you go anything faster than 12 seconds, you get disqualified because your car's faster than the other ones. And so, yeah, so basically what it is then is that, so if your car is making too much power, then before you get to the end of the track or whatever, you would let off the gas and you're holding back. So you're holding back to be able to win. And that's exactly what I mean, I just been cruising, dude. So been a little bit more focused on the room. And
August 29, 2022.
so
800 Baba.
need to get out of my comfort zone a little.
September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
Yeah, faster car in a slower class. So basically you're just like, you have someone that has a, a car that is made for that class just going balls out trying to actually win. And then you actually have a car that's fast, and then they're taking their foot off the gas at the end of the line. At the end of the track, I should say.
SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. PDD. 75 calls. September 9, 2022. 965 contracts. Baba.
Wolf,
100 calls.
what company is it, dude?
September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts.
Oh yeah, look at this, dude. And then this is off this compression right here. On the 4 hour, it doesn't look that good, but let's check the daily. Dude, it gave you one, maybe right here. Yeah, it didn't really. Right here would have been where.
Tall. 7 calls. September 16, 2022. 2,118 contracts.
Wolf speed. Isn't there a button on here that gives you like ticker info? Yeah, there you go. More info on Wolf. Mm. That's funny. I gave a big old explanation as to what sandbagging is, and Rich is like, it's basically just holding back. Story of my life, dude. The way I tell stories. I would love to break 404.50, bro. I would love to get to 408. $420. Dude, that would be nuts.
AMZN. 127 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 300 contracts.
Oh, oh man.
TSLA. 295 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 4 TSLA. 250 puts. October 21st, 2022. 300 QQQ. 304 puts. August 29, 2022. 1002 SOXL. 18 calls. September 9, 2022. 1000 contracts. BBBY. 12 calls. October 21st, 2022. 510 calls. spike. 400 calls. August 31st, 2022. 1,000 contracts. AMZN. 125 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 491 contracts.
Yeah, 408, 410. So those are the levels I want tested is 408 to 410 and 397, 398. Oh, here we go. That was a nice little pop.
500 contracts.
Yeah, energy is freaking nuts. Oh man, are we gonna get some volume here? Oh, the European market closed. It closed. Does it close right at 10:30 or? Because like the pop happened a little bit after that. That'd be cool if it's sustained, dude. To see if we stay above this 403. If not, they're going to use this as a short point here to continue going down. So something for me to think about. No, the VIX is down again here. It's getting towards that 26. So see, that's like the big trades freaking suck. You gotta wait, bro.
15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. Spike. 408 calls.
In my conversation that I had yesterday, I was being told about traders that make 14 million in a month. So you want to feel insignificant in the market?
F13 put. December 16th, 2022. 1,928
Bro,
contracts.
I just like $1 million days. Oh, dude. I don't want to get my hopes up here, boys, but yeah, these guys are taking bigger trades like that. So they're doing futures, bro. Futures and options. So is what I was being told. I was being told that the fund that they're organizing will have 100 million assets under management, AUM, and that will still be a drop in the bucket on the actual futures market. It's tiny. So as a trader, that's like a dude, there's always someone bigger. It's so crazy, bro. You think like, oh, this is my Super Bowl and I've done this, right? Like, and there's always someone doing better, bro. Like, the Q's rejected 305. So come on, you piece. Where are my bull friends?
NTNX. 20 calls. April 21st, 2023. 3009 QQQ. 304 calls. August 29, 2022. 505 contracts. QQQ. 308 puts. August 29, 2022. 507 contracts.
Dude, where do you find these? I need a bull one. Where to find me a bull one?
ASAN. 20 calls. September 16, 2022. 547 contracts.
That's fucked up.
ASAN. 20 calls. September 16, 2022. 516, VA. 170 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 300 contracts.
On paper option on here is it real time? So if it's green at the top right here, yes. If it's yellow, no. Or wait, well, it should say right here real time. So I don't know about the colors, but the as long as it says real time, yes.
MMM 115 puts. October 21st, 2022. 2,300. IBM. 145 calls. November 18th, 2022. 1,000. IBM. 135 calls. October 21st, 2022. 1,000. CNK. 15 puts. September 16th, 2022. 1,176 contracts. Spike. 401 calls. August 29, 2022. 696 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. BABA. 100 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 501 contracts.
Even a 30-minute, dude. So
SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. ZIM. 40 puts. September 16th, 2022. 1,800 contracts.
this is a big old bear flag, if that's what it is.
SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. SOXL.
Bro, I'm not even believing these
15
pops anymore.
calls. September 2nd.
Like, nah, you're lying to me, bro.
500 contracts. Spike. 400 puts. August 29, 2022. 3,800 contracts.
I don't know, man. I think we're gonna get a really violent breakout. This is just talking discretionarily. Like, we have our system, right? Like and it's a good point out from what Rich had just said. I mean, we've been in this compression for a long time. It's even showing on the hourly, and the bid is being bought. So the bid comes in here down in the 401.50-ish area, 402.20, and the VIX is on a really nice downtrend, and the Qs are holding 303.50 really well. So, I mean, just because it's in compression again doesn't necessarily mean we get the break up to the upside, but we are at the support level. So how long is it going to take though?
SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. Spike. 404 calls. August 29, 2022. 500 contracts. BAC. 35 puts. January 20th, 2023. 511 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. AMZN. 133 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 3 pins. 23 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 568 contracts.
Is anyone actively in any trades right now? We're getting hungry too.
PDD. 80 calls. September 16, 2022. 1,000 contracts. Spike. 448 calls. March 17, 2023. 2,200 down. 40 calls. January 20th, 2020.
SPX is trying to break 40-40 here, guys. This was the first resistance this morning.
QQQ. 303 puts. August 31st, 2022. 600 MNST. 90 calls.
Oh, look at this guy right here.
2022.
448 calls
800
for
contracts.
March of 2023. Oh, who's playing Monster?
Around 22 puts. September 30th, 2022. 529 contracts. AMZN. 122 puts. September 16, 2022. 304 contracts. ZEM. 40 puts. September 16, 2022. 700 contracts. BIRT. 25 calls. January 20th, 2023. 500 SVUX. 86 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 790 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1,434 contracts. Spike. 404 calls. August 29, 2022. 1,000 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 997 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls.
Oh, no
September
fucking way, bro.
2022.
Like I'm even impressed, dude. I'm even in awe.
August 29, 2022. 1,714
No, you're gonna turn
contracts.
around right here at 404 again.
NVDA. 155 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 279 contracts.
Oh, buddy.
Spine. 403 calls. August 29, 2022. 565 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022.
Oh, we're
533
turning colors here.
25 calls. January
Tech is
2nd,
really lagging though.
2023. 599 contracts. SM40 puts. September 16, 2022. 1,000 contracts.
I'm back. No, my 40/50s are still down. So
September 9,
I'm almost
2022.
positive here on my P&L.
561 contracts. QQQ. 305 puts. August 29, 2022. 800 and QQQ. 306 puts. August 29, 2022. 500 contracts. YPF. 6 calls. October 21st, 2022. 701 contracts. TWLO. 67 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 614 contracts.
Is anyone interested in the crossover right here on the R2? Or is
FUTU.
guys still kind of iffy,
September 2nd,
not fully bought in on it?
2022. 707 AMZN. 130 puts. September 2nd, 2022. 392 contracts. SOXL. 15 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. JNPR. 30 calls. September 9, 2022. 1080 contracts. BHC. 7 calls. November 18, 2022. 1000 contracts. NEOG. 22 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1163 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. Me. 4 puts. September 16th, 2022. 520 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. AMZN. 133 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 1000 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. Mara. 12 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. PCG. 13 calls. September 16, 2022. 2,000 contracts. NBDA. 165 calls. September 23, 2022. 844 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. TQQQ. 29 calls. September 2nd, 2022. 500 contracts. XRX. 15 puts. October 21st, 2022. 2,000 contracts. Spike. 406 calls. August 29, 2022. 700 and Spike. 406 calls. August 29, 2022. 750 XBI. 80 puts. September 9, 2022. 987 contracts. CNK. 15 puts. September 16, 2022. 604 contracts.